Hello and welcome to Natural Melanin. My name's Lynn, and in today's episode of Menopause Chit-Chat, let's talk about periods, irregular periods. My period came back 2 weeks ago after 13 months. That was a surprise. On the 15th of May 2020 was, I believed, my last period until June 2021. Exactly 13 months later, on the 11th of June 2021, my period decides to rear its ugly head again. So that makes me question, when does postmenopause actually start? Is it 12 months? Or is it 2 years? There's me thinking, I'm hitting postmenopause, only to find, here we go again. Not sure what's going to happen this time round, whether it's going to come back next month, in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time. That I'm going to have to wait and see. Now, I've been doing my research. Some people say at 12 months after your last period is where you go into postmenopause. Some other websites will tell you 2 years. Now, I don't know which rings true, but with this happening to me right now, I'm going to go with the 2 years. I will put a link with 1 or 2 sites that I've come across that one stipulates 12 months, another one stipulates 24 months. My irregular period started back in July 2017. Whereas before I would suffer with a touch of how would I put it? Period pains. What I've noticed with peri-menopause and my periods during that time is that the pain, I haven't experienced any pain. For someone that's always suffered with pain, during peri-menopause, it's done the opposite. It's totally eased off. I don't know when my periods are coming, except for I get the odd spotting before, a few days before. I'm going to say 4 or 5 days before, I will get some sort of spotting to know that it's on its way. So that definitely sort of regulated itself nicely for me. But at the same time, the periods have become slightly longer, slightly heavier, slightly lighter on occasions. Sometimes they come twice a month. Sometimes not at all. So I've gone through periods where I've done 3 months without a period. Then all of a sudden I get 2 in 1 month. 2-3 months it regulates itself to come every month. May not be exactly on time. It might be 28 days, 30 days, but relatively on time. And then for it to disappear again for 4 months. So it's all over the shop. On my heavier periods, day 2, 3 and 4 are very heavy. Whereas in, I've soaked through 3 pads already in the space of 5 hours. And then it would just sort of calm down. It was weird. It wouldn't do that all day long. It would just calm down. Day 1, hardly anything's happening. Day 5, 6, 7, it's weaned itself off. But those 3 days is where it's at its heaviest. Also, my standard pad size I would normally go for was no longer sufficing me anymore. Now I'm having to go for the extra long length to catch all that blood. There's no way I could dictate when my periods were coming anymore. There were months where my periods were lighter as well. Sometimes I'd get just 2 or 3 days where I'd have a period and it'd be quite light. And then the following time, the next time I had a period, it was extra heavy. So there was no determining There's no working this out at all. It was just very much just go with the flow. Because of that, I'd have to carry at least a pad, a panty liner everywhere I went. Have it in all your different handbags just to be on the safe side. I was always one of those people that would work around my periods in relation to going out places, going on holiday. Always knew the timing, always knew that I won't be on my period on my holiday, because my days were so very rigid. I knew exactly when my period was going to come, knew when it was going to stop. But during this perimenopause, that goes out the window. And also, nearing to the end of where I thought my period had stopped in May 2020, I noticed that whenever I did get a period, I felt I was starting to get a slight odour. So I was suffering with, I believe, urinary tract infection. I'm not too sure it's a urinary tract infection. I'm not even too sure what it was. But it always happened just before a period. I started getting this strong, fishy smell. Yeah, I'm going to say fishy smell. Which I've never experienced before up until going through perimenopause. So the sort of last 2019, 2020. And I'm thinking, what is this? I've never experienced this. What is this smell? Me being me, I'm one of those people, I'm running down to the chemist to find something on the shelf that's going to get rid of this. Because I thought maybe I had picked up some sort of yeast infection. So I'm running down to get a canister pessary of some sort to relieve that smell. I mean, it did go, don't get me wrong, it did. But I noticed it kept happening every period for about a good sort of 6 months. Every time I had a period, I got this odour. And I'm thinking, this is not normal. Don't know what this is. It was always the day or two before the period started that I'd get that fishy odour. And it only lasts for that sort of 1 to 2 days. And then once the flow of the blood came, it sort of disappeared. And I wouldn't experience that again until my next period. And also with that, the colour of the blood of my period was starting to change as well. So it was no longer looking a deepish red. It was looking more of an orangey red. I ran down to the doctor's thinking there was something wrong. She took a quick swab of my privates. Yeah, my vagina. Let's just put it out there. My vagina. And within 2 or 3 days, well, actually within 3 days, got the results back. But there was actually nothing wrong with me. I did have no infections. And again, we boiled it down to menopause. I started my period at 12 years old. So I started very early. And I've never experienced anything like this up until perimenopause. So just in case you're wondering, ladies out there that may be experiencing the same thing, yeah, it's perimenopause. Yeah, I might come back and do another video within the next week in how I dealt with the smell of that. I will show you what I used to combat that smell. Ooh. Let's just breathe. Let's just breathe. Let's just breathe. Yeah. TMI. It is. But I'm at an age where I really don't care. We're all going to go through it. So someone needs to speak about it. Whereas I thought I'd come to the end of my perimenopause. No. It's here we go again. Back at square one.